Algebra 2, Semester 2, Final Exam Review, Model for numbers 40 and 41. Okay, we're picking up on this video with, looks like f minus g of x is part A here, and that is, by definition, f of x minus g of x, and those are defined right up there. So f of x is 4 minus 3x, and then we're subtracting, and here's where you have to be careful. There's two parts to that expression, so you have to use parentheses here. 40 minus x squared. Okay, we've done the substitution. Now we're going to just collect our like terms and so forth. The negative sign here applies to both parts. So if we distribute that, this line would look like this. 4 minus 3x minus 40 and then plus x squared. And then putting it in standard form with the x squared up front. And then collect the 4 with a minus 40, you get minus 36. And there's your answer. Okay, on part B, we're supposed to do GOF of 3, which by its definition means G, and I'm going to switch colors here, of f of 3. And the stuff in red gets done first. G of f of 3, you're going to do f of 3 first. So what we have here is a case where we're going to be putting a 3 right in place of that x. So let me write that out. It's going to be G, and f of 3 would be 4 minus 3 times 3. So 4 minus 9 is negative 5. And that answer gets plugged into G, which then means we're going to put that negative 5 right here. So it's going to look like this. 40 minus negative 5. Let me do that in the same color I've been using, red here. Negative 5 squared. So that ends up being 40 minus 25, which is 15. Okay, so we end up with GOF of 3 equaling 15. Okay, we'll do one more problem on this video. We're going to try and find the inverse of this function here. It says y equals 4x plus 2 all squared. Now, in order to do this, you have to first switch the x and the y value, or y's. So these variables switch places. All right, order of operations, we would take this y value and we'd first multiply by 4, and then we would add 2, and then we would square it. But since we're trying to solve here, we have to peel that off in the reverse order. So the squaring gets attacked first, and you do that by taking the square root of the other side, or both sides. So let me clean it up here. We have plus and minus square root of x equals 4y plus 2. The square root has been eliminated, or the squaring has been eliminated. Now, the next to last thing that happens here, let's see, if you were doing PEMDAS, order of operations would be times first, then add, but we're reversing that order because we're solving, so subtract. And I'll just simply put a negative 2 over here in front of the plus and minus sign. All right, now we got to get rid of this multiplying by 4, and that's easy, just divide both sides by 4. And other than turning the thing around, we're done. So there's your inverse. And that's it for this little installment of the review.